All right, so you have your agar plates. We made these in the previous video. We used no Tech, which means that we poured agar into these petri dishes, and we sterilized each dish at 15 psi for 15 to 20 minutes. And now we're getting ready to transfer from these uh, plates that I've transferred from a wild oyster mushroom I found out in the woods. And this will be the third transfer, meaning that when we transfer from this plate to this plate, it will go from T2 and it'll become T3. So the more that you transfer, the cleaner your sample goes, especially when you're transferring from a mushroom you find outside. It's almost impossible not to have contamination. I also have these liquid culture syringes that I've made with some lion's mane and shiitake mushrooms. And all that is mycelium that's been added to sterilized water and nutrients, and so I have some liquid culture. And in a few, that's a little bit more advanced on how to make these, but maybe in a future video I can do some of that. But I was going to show how to transfer from these liquid culture syringes and then from these agar plates to make a future transfer. So some tools you'll need is an X-Acto knife. I have only ever used an X-Acto knife, and I've used a leather punch. But I just really like using just the X-Acto knife, and I was thinking today I might try this nail trim setter. So basically you would press this down into the plate and come away with a small piece of mycelium, push the handle forward, and you will be able to use your X-Acto knife to pick a nice little pretty circle of mycelium off of the nail trim setter and put it into the new dish. So you'll want to do this inside of a still air box, which I'm not sure if I've talked about yet, which is just a plastic tote with 2 armholes cut in. You don't need to make it fancy. If anything, I would suggest not making it fancy. What I do before I get started is I fill this whole room with disinfectant spray, and I kind of let it settle for 20 to 30 minutes. It kind of keeps the air clean. And a few minutes ago, I actually cleaned the inside of this thing with bleach. But I'm probably going to go ahead and start all over with that. Clean the inside of this with bleach, wait a few minutes, let that dry. Because if you use alcohol inside of this after you have it filled with bleach, you're going to get gas that comes back out of these holes into your face, and nobody wants that because it's chloroform gas. So anyways, in part 2 of the video, we will switch from this, which is mostly talking about what you need. The only other thing I forgot to mention is a blowtorch. You will need a blowtorch. I suggest using that instead of trying to do it with a lighter, just because it'll make it go quite a bit faster. So anyways, I will follow this up with part 2 when I'm done cleaning the inside of my still air box, and we will move on to making transfers. See you in the next one.